Knicks fans, Tyler Kolek was supposed to be the Knicks' new floor general behind Jalen Brunson, a high IQ playmaker, a pure facilitator, and someone that people thought was a second round steal. But a couple games into Summer League, things are not looking good. Now Ian Begley's dropped a new report saying Kolek might be outside of the Knicks rotation altogether. And the front office is eyeing veteran guards with that last roster spot, but not limited to a playmaking guard. Could Marcus Smart be a real option? Is Ben Simmons still in play? And what does all this mean for the Knicks' final roster going into training camp? Let's break it all down. So first, let's talk about what we've seen from Tyler Kolek so far. Through 2 games, Kolek's looked overwhelmed, plain and simple. He's struggling with pressure, struggling to finish, and struggling to make an impact as the primary playmaker. Turnovers, poor decisions, and low confidence right now. And keep in mind, he's gonna be 25 years old next year in March, so it's not like he's 19 or 20 and has time to grow. And remember, this is a guy who was drafted to potentially be the Knicks' backup facilitator of the future. But in Vegas, even Dink Pate arguably outplayed him so far, who is 6 years younger. And Kevin McCullough Jr. is already looking like the best guard/wing prospect on the roster. Now look, it's only 2 games, we're not writing off Kolek's career here, but for a guy that the Knicks traded 3 second-round picks to move up for in the second round last year on a contending team, you gotta show something quick, and he hasn't. And now the Begley report changes everything. According to Ian, the Knicks already have a solid 9-man rotation heading into next season. And that's without mentioning Ariel Hukporti off the bench, so that's going to be your core, and unless Mike Brown decides to go 10 deep, which still is possible, that leaves Kolek on the outside looking in. Not only that, but Begley says that the Knicks are still in the market for a veteran backup guard, which means that they're clearly not sold on Kolek as the answer right now. So who could that veteran realistically be? Begley mentions 3 names. Number 1, Marcus Smart, who's currently in Washington but is a strong buyout candidate. Number 2 is Ben Simmons. Yes, he's still a free agent and the Knicks have reportedly stayed in touch. And number 3 is our guy Landry Shamet, a floor spacing vet who played for the Knicks briefly last season and is open to returning. But of those 3, Marcus Smart feels like the most Knicks-style target. He's a former Defensive Player of the Year, a leader, and someone who doesn't need the ball in his hands to impact the game. If and when he's bought out by Washington, do not be surprised if the Knicks are first in line and they might be waiting for someone like him on the buyout market. And Simmons is the wild card. No one knows how healthy he actually is, but if the Knicks think that they can rehab him with the best medical staff in the NBA, the upside is still real. Especially as a defensive playmaker off the bench, and Shamet, that's more of a depth move, a low usage shooter who knows the system. So what does all this mean for Tyler Kolek's future? Well, unless he turns things around fast in Vegas starting from tonight, he might be G League bound. With McCullough Jr. and Dink Pate tracking towards a 2-way contract, it's hard to see a path to minutes for Kolek right now. Even James Najee could technically leapfrog him in terms of priority if he keeps flashing that elite defense. That doesn't mean Kolek is done. The Knicks clearly like his game, but on a contending team, there's no time to wait around, especially when the front office is already checking in on veteran guards. And one quick note before we wrap, Stephen Bondi reported that Pacome Dadiet's foot injury isn't serious, but James Edwards just said that he will likely miss tonight's game. He was held out of Sunday's game for precautionary reasons, but the expectation is that he will be fine, no long-term concerns. We will see if he suits up again this Thursday, but for now, good news on that front. So now with 2 Summer League games down and the 3rd one tonight, the writing is starting to appear on the wall. Tyler Kolek's job isn't secure. The Knicks are still shopping for a vet, and guys like McCullough, Pate, and Najee are stepping up and putting pressure on the pecking order. Let me know what you think in the comments. Should the Knicks keep developing Kolek or go all in on a vet like Marcus Smart to lock down that backup guard spot? And as always, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and sub to the channel for more Knicks news and updates you will not want to miss all summer long. It's been KNYT here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.